We're out here at the scene of the shooting. Can you speak to me about what's been going on in the neighborhood and why things like this keep happening?
Well, right now we just had another senseless shooting right here on 147th Street between 7th and 8th Avenue. My cry out is to the community. It's time for us to address this problem. This is a major crisis that we're having with all this senseless violence that's happening throughout the city of New York. I'm sick of the violence. The city is sick of the violence. We're sick of seeing these young people dying at a record number. We're sick of seeing them shooting one another. You know, when is going to be enough? When is enough is going to be enough? When are we going to put these guns down? And that's my message to the young people. We got to find a way to reconcile our problems. How's these guns finding its way in our city, in the hands of these kids, is a major concern to me as a clergyman, but also as you know, as a person that cares. You know, I care for these young people. I may not know them, but I do care. I think that's the key of beating gun violence. We have to care enough to get outside the four walls into the community and have that conversation with the kids. But me, personally, this is me saying this, we need our elected officials, we need our city council people. It's time to take the handcuffs off the police department and put it where it belongs, to some of these kids that's menacing society. These kids are some of them don't need to be on the street, and I'm not saying that harshly, because yes, we're trying to reach them, we're trying to get them the help that they need, but when you think you could shoot senior citizens, shoot babies, shoot people cold-bloodedly, and think that you're supposed to still live a normal life and walk up and down, you don't have that right. So you do need a break off the street and get the help that you need.
Correct.
And then, you know, that's where we at. We gotta have that mindset that it's time to let the police do their jobs, not let them arrest the people with a murder charge and then they get bailed out and get let back out again, and the cops keep catching the same people over and over and they get let back out, and then we crying saying that the cops not doing their job, the mayor doing a phenomenal job. His system is actually working. He just need people to work with the mayor to better our community and city. And I'm just a small part that want to help the mayor, want to help the police department, want to help my community to minimize the senseless violence in our city.
At the 123rd Street shooting the other day, we spoke to community members, and the trend answer was it seems like a lot of the violence is coming from a lack of love. Do you agree on that statement?
I mean, listen, when we look at these senseless shootings, absolutely, there's no love there. It can't be love if you out here murdering people and shooting people. You know, these kids, when you listen to the stories why they shooting each other, you start thinking of the drill rap, you start thinking of, you know, the social media, they beefing with one another, and they, you know, everybody is just, you know, killing each other just for nonsense. And no, there's no love there. And yes, the love starts in the home. The love starts with the mother and the father. And if there's no father in the home, the love starts with our churches, where it's time for the churches to get outside the four walls in the community and be that father figure to so many kids that don't have fathers. The love could come from the community. The community it's time for the community to police their own community. You know, it's time for them, you know, they would complain about the senseless shootings, they would complain about, you know, the theft and the robberies, but it's time for you to go out there and police your community. And you can police it by mentoring some of these young people and start taking them under your wing. You know, that's all they're looking for. They're looking for that love. And that's something I always tell the young people as a clergyman, that I love them. When I said, and I actually, one kid I shared, I said, I love you. He said, well, why? How you love me? You don't know what I'm going through in my home. You don't know what I'm going through in my neighborhood. I said, guess what? I love God. And if I say I love God, who I cannot see, and don't love my brother and sister that I see, then there's something wrong with this Christian walk. So that's what the Bible says. And the Bible says in John 4, it says, how can you love me who you cannot see and say you love your brother and sister? So people say that they love God or they know God, but they got hate in their heart towards each other. So I agree with you. The love is missing.